Hello, I'm Frost, and welcome to my alternative ending for Amazon In Depth. This is episode 4.1 instead of 4. In episode 4, I defeated all of my enemies using the Doomsday weapon, but this time the plan is to crush all of my enemies one by one until I control the whole of the planet. And well, that's the plan anyway. Okay, we're at turn 79, and if we go into our diplomacy tab, you can see that T1A was defeated and was defeated by Adam. And just literally on the last turn, at the end of episode 3, I defeated Zana. So that leaves us with Nicole, S96, and Adam. And if we close this down, just have a quick look on the map. If we sort of zoom out, so obviously I'm the pink in the middle here. Adam is over here to the right, and he is by far the strongest of the three. Because he defeated T1 and all these areas down here, so DAYD and QY6 and so forth, were originally T1's territories and they've now become Adam's. Then over to the west, we have Nicole up here in the north, and down in the south here we have S96. And so the plan is, I think, what I'm going to do is take all of my armies that are here, and I think I'm going to go after Nicole first and then cut down to S96. And then hopefully by then I'll have built up sufficient armies to go off and take the war against Adam. Now, obviously, as we looked at the diplomacy tab one more time, you will see that I currently have non-aggression pacts with everybody, and I've got an alliance with Adam. So obviously I'll have to break that alliance with Adam at the end to make sure that I can defeat him, because if I have the alliance in place when I defeat Nicole and S96, then I'd win the game because I no longer have any more enemies. And the best way to make sure you break a non-aggression pact is to insult. Except I can't do it right now because I complimented clearly on the last turn. So what I'm going to be doing is over the next few turns, I'm going to be insulting Nicole no end. She's going to hate me, which is going to be perfect. I am then also, if we go to our military tree, so at the moment I'm doing the Oblivion's Refrain. Now obviously I'm not going to launch my Doomsday anymore, so I am going to do Organism Stimulus, because I get these things, which are the Blood Fury Inducers. And as you can see, they give me a plus 15 on my Vitality, and also they give me loads of regeneration, up to 3 stacks of 4, and increased damage by 10% up to 3 times for every biological, cyborg or Arborian unit which dies in battle. So that is a really good one. It's only on heavy units, so that's like the Pteranodon, the Arborian, and I think the Bombardon qualifies as a heavy unit. Yes, and the Bombardon as well. So I'm going to be focusing on building Bombardons, Pteranodons, and eventually the Arborian Queen. For now, we're going to research this and get that underway. That's 4 turns. That's great. So then I will probably do that and then go straight to my Arborian, and those are the units that I'm going to try and build up and just focus on having lots of heavy units. Although I don't have any Cosmites, so which brings us on to my Society tree. So you can see I'm 1 turn away from getting my Cosmite Harvesting Center 3. Then I need the Sensor Jammer, so which is here, because that allows me to move up on my enemies without them kind of being aware, so they can't move loads of units into play as I approach a colony, which makes it much more easy for me to remove colonies off the map. I've got to be careful I don't take too many colonies though, and I will be raising the colonies so that I don't get 80% of sectors and win the game that way, because I actually want to annihilate everybody. And then obviously I want my Operation Effectiveness 4, and I would like to get that Cosmite Mastery as well, so that I get another bonus on my Cosmite, because Cosmite's going to be the thing I'm really short on. So there we go. So that's the plan for that. And I'm going to keep on building my Doomsday Weapon Spires, these things, my Spires of Suffering, simply because once they're all built, if I go back to my military, Dark Lament, there it is, the Dirge, which is my strategic operation, is much more effectiveness if I have 3 Spires. So, you know, Sinimbra's units have Dark Elation in combat, and you know, I just get better bonuses all round, so it makes sense just so I've committed to them already, so we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start insulting Nicole, as I said, and I'm going to start moving units up, and I'm going to catch up with you once things get interesting and we've got some battles coming up. All right, see you in a minute. I've made it to turn 85, And as you can see, my armies right here are deep in Nicole, well, on the edge of Nicole's territory. Because we've still got the non-aggression pact, I'm able to move freely through her territory, which is really, really handy. Now, looking at our diplomacy tab, mine is 225, so I've been doing good with my insulting, plus I've been building forward bases right next to her territory, which has been dropping my standing, so that's great. S96, on the other hand, I've been complimenting just to keep that up, because obviously every time I'm insulting, it's affecting my reputation, and I want to keep S96 sweet for the time being. Now, I can see Nicole is here on her own with an army of 4, which is brilliant, because I could just literally sneak up on her, declare war in the next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on these sensor jammers, which I've now trained up. And they're in here somewhere. There we go, sensor jammers. And you can see I've got a 75% chance of succeeding in that. So we're going to launch that. And we're all good. So there we go. So our armies are now hidden as well, which means we should just be able to creep up on Nicole and take her by surprise. One of the things you did notice, though, with that sensor jammer, which I'm going to, when I think about it, I'm going to prime that now. Make sure that's priming. There you go. I'm priming the dirge as well, so I've got it ready just in case. Is that the percentage chance with Adam and with S96 were much lower. So I may want to get the secret state doctrine in place, because that gives me a boost to my operational effective, my operational, what's that word again? I've forgotten now. It's my operational attack is much better, and it improves my standings, my operational strength. There we go. So I may want to do that with my doctrines and enable that secret state doctrine, which is somewhere right here. There we go. That one there. So I will lose one of my other doctrines and replace it when we get to S96. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move forwards and see if I can grab Nicole by surprise. Turn 88, and things are not looking too good for Nicole. As you can see, I currently have her surrounded, and I think it is time to declare war. So let me see if I can move forwards. There we go. So we're going to declare war, and we're just going to go yes. Okay, and unfortunately I can't attack this turn, but the situation that we've got is, from what I can see, is there are 2 armies over here in this colony over here. There's none here, and Malspeth looks like it's unprotected. So the plan is to attack Nicole, hopefully before she can pull in reinforcements from somewhere, because I haven't got a full view of her map, and then go up and take the city. So we shall see what happens. We're going to quickly move on and find out. We've moved 1 turn ahead, turn 89, and Nicole had some reinforcements. As you can see right here, she managed to find another 10 units. So it looks like I've got a fight on my hands. But the good thing is, I've just completed Operation Effectiveness, which means I get to enable my secret state, which is going to give me plus 5 operational defense, which is going to be good. So we're going to fire that up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move my Shrike right here. And then we are, in fact, can I move him into the mountains? No, not quite. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy a monitor just in case he gets taken out. And then that way at least the monitor will stay. We'll pop it in the mountains there. There we go. So we get an idea of what we're dealing with. So militia power of 1300, army power of 1000, another 1300 there, and 515. Okay, well, we should be fine with this. What we're going to do then is we are going to use our dirge, which I trained up. And there we go. So we're going to launch that right now on this colony. There we go, 90% chance. So they're affected by the dirge for the next 10 turns. That's good. And what we're going to do as well is we will probably use the other strategic operations when I'm right on top of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to move all these armies up now into position. I don't think I can get... Yeah, I want to be able to surround. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop ourselves in the forest here and get all my units in place. And then once I've done that, then we can move forward to the next turn. I'll make sure I start training something else up. So I really want that Cosmic Mastery. So what we'll do is we'll do our advanced relay infrastructure, and then we'll move along. Just on another note, very quickly, I've started building my Pteranodons, who are down here somewhere. There we go. And my Pteranodons, as you can see, I've given them the Blood Fury Inducers. I've also given them this Shield Breaker module, which not only gives me 20% damage, but it also disables 2 shields per hit, which is really good against the Vanguard. Now, I'm not going to be able to use them against Nicole, because Nicole's kind of already in the battle. But when it comes to Adam, I really want everything to be disabling shields. So that's really handy. And then obviously I've got this wonderful thing, which is the Regen Bio, which heals my units. So all my Pteranodons and then my Arborean Queens, when I'm going to build them, will probably have all of these mods as standard. Right, so I will move these other units and then I will catch up with you in a sec. Right, we're at turn 90 and we are good to go. So the first thing I am going to do is make sure that I use Vision of Darkness. There we go. And I'm going to unleash psionic energy on the target enemy. Before I do that, let me just see which one is the strongest. So that army is 1126, that one is 515, and this one is, oops, let's move that down a little bit, 1490, right. So we want to go for Nicole's personal army there. You can see their morale as well is not too great. All right, so Vision of Darkness, here we go, 70% chance, and that was successful. Good. All right, so now we've gone down 200 on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get as many units into play as possible. So I'm going to surround the whole colony. I would imagine I'm going to be able to auto combat this, as I think I have overwhelming numbers. But we will find out soon enough. There we go. So I've filled all the possible slots. Now I can't get anybody else in. So we'll just leave these 2 units back here as reinforcements should we need them. And it is time to move in. There we go. So it's a low risk battle. So I will auto combat this, I think, just so that we can speed things along. I would imagine once we get into battles with Adam, then those are going to be manual combats, as I imagine that one's going to be a lot closer. There we go. And I lost a Harrier, an Arborean Sentinel, a Biomancer, and that's about it. So that was pretty decisive. So I'm going to be able to upgrade my hero as well. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to... Oh, we've got some goodies to pick up as well. So let's pick up those goodies. Herald Dagger, I'm not too bothered with. That's not a melee weapon. It's a melee weapon. Okay, Static Bomb. Okay, so we've got a few bits and pieces there, so we'll move those to the arsenal. I'll distribute those out to my heroes. I will upgrade my heroes. What I really want now is I want advanced piloting. So I'm going to hold back these skill points and try and get advanced piloting so I can get Pteranodons for my heroes, because that would be really cool, so I can come attacking with my dinosaurs with lasers. So there you go. So there, I also control 80% of sectors. So that is a bit of a problem because I don't want to be controlling that many sectors. So what I may actually do is on the next turn, in fact I'll do it now, I'm just going to raise that colony. And then that colony is going to disappear. And that will keep my sectors under. So there you go. 1 down, 2 to go. My status with Nicole, with S96 is 0. So that's good. And I need to start also thinking about reducing my my reputation with Adam, because I don't want to defeat S96 while Adam is still in an alliance with me. But we'll deal with that later on. So there you go, 1 down, 2 to go. Let's move on. I'm now at turn 95, and my plan was to head south towards S96. And she's decided to come right up next to me. You can see that she's right over here with an army of 4. An army of 6. She's got another army up here, so it looks like she's trying to move north to take the all the colonies that were left behind from my battle with Nicole. Now, clearly I might as well take advantage of this opportunity. So her armies are split, as she has more armies down here somewhere. There we go. So there's a couple over here as well, and I still don't know where her capital is. I've got a Shrike that's on the move at the moment, so I'm going to keep moving that Shrike south. There we go. Just to try and find it, but I might as well, while I'm here, break my defensive pact, because I can take advantage of this. So I don't have to wait. This is just going to happen automatically. There we go. And then I believe on the next turn I should then be able to declare war. And I can then chase her down, and we can see what will happen from there. Okay, so I've moved forwards a couple of turns, and yes, I need to deal with S96 now, as if we zoom out on the map, you can see that she started taking over all of the areas that I left behind. And that could make her very, very powerful. She could build up her armies very quickly. So I have her kind of surrounded at the moment, and I can then obviously just move forwards now and declare war. We can do it without Casus Belli. I really don't mind. I don't care if my diplomatic state changes that badly, as I don't care about Adam at this stage. So one of the things I've got to make sure is if I defeat her on the next turn, SS96, then I have to break my alliance with Adam before I make it to the capital and destroy the capital. But as all her units right now are all kind of spread out, this is a good chance for me to just come in and just try and take all of these armies out one by one, rather than trying to take them out as a group. So I'm going to wait for this turn to end, and then I should be able to take out S96. So I had a little bit of a mind blank there. So I'll take out S96, and then my Shrike down here, I'm going to keep sending south and to try and find where this capital is, so that I can start moving there post with, so that when she regenerates, oh, there we go, I found it. It says Ivindron. So I will put a monitor down here, and then I'll have to head south and take out her capital. Turn 99, and S96 was running away from me. She ran away from Cass, and I had to catch her up, which I have now done. I kind of got her pretty much surrounded, so we're just going to go in and attack. And once again, this is going to be a done deal, 7,800 versus 1,505. So we're just going to auto combat that, and then I'm going to have to rush south and get to the capital. So there we go, I didn't even lose a single unit. And what we'll probably do is we'll probably just take out this army of 4 here as well, just so that we can raise that colony. And then what I'm going to do as well is down here in Ivorian, we are going to use Entangling Overgrowth. I've got a success chance of 40. Okay, it failed, but what we'll do is we'll drop their morale anyway, and we'll redo that. And I've got, as you can see, I've got loads and loads of energy, so I'll have no problems whatsoever. Just keep trying. You know, it's only a 40% chance, but eventually it's going to take effect, and that will affect production and so forth. All right, so I just got to go in and clean up here. So I will do that on the next turn, and then head south, and I will meet you when I am close to the capital. Okay, quite a few turns have gone by. I've made it to turn 105. It is taking me a while, as I'm having to move a long way to get down to this capital, Ivindron. So S96 is now there with just 3 armies. It's just a question of me getting down there. So I have one of my Shrikes kind of moving ahead now, building forward relays to try and facilitate my transit infrastructure benefit, and so that I can move more quickly across territory. I have another Shrike waiting here as well. Actually, I can do that right now. I can build a forward base there as well, so that when I finally defeat S96, I can then go off and deal with Adam. So I'm not expecting anything amazing to happen with S96 because it's pretty much a done deal. I will do manual combat with Adam though, because I have got all these amazing units up here in Govinlas. As you can see, I've got all the big units. So I've got an Arborian Queen, which I've just fitted with Blood Fury inducers. I've got the Crushing Roots mod, which gives me a bonus there. And I've got the Regen Bios as well. And then my Malictors here. Is it Malictors? No, they're called something else. Oh yeah, the Trackers, the Herald of Oblivion. These are the top end guys as well for the Sinumbra. So I've got one of those done. I'm going to add some mods onto the other one as well. And then my Bombardons as well have all the top end mods. So all my units are now modded. I'm making so much Cosmite, it is just unreal. I've also managed to do on here, I managed to do a strategic operation. I can't even remember which one it was now. The Epistle Tear. So that's sort of dropped morale and been a bit of a problem for S96. So I'm going to be moving forwards. And once I've got there, then we can do that battle, and then we can get on to the good stuff, which is Adam. But it's looking so good so far that I will be able to own the planet. We're at turn 108 now, and I'm right on the borders with Ividron. So the first thing that I need to do before I forget, Adam's been unhappy with me anyway. He's already broken the alliance, which is good. But we're going to go all out here. We're going to negotiate, and we're going to break our non-aggression pact as well. Might as well get him really riled up. So there we go. So that job is done. So now, what do we have left? Change pending. Okay, so what we're going to do is just going to move all our units down into place here, and I'm just going to get as far forward as I can to surround. And then on the next turn, when I know that our non-aggression pact is definitely broken and there's not going to be an issue, then I can then just attack and we can bring this one to an end. And then after that, we can go after Adam, which is going to be the good one. There we go. Let's get everybody forwards. Yeah, okay, so let me deal with this and I'll catch up with you in a sec. Okay, we're at turn 109 and I have Ividron surrounded. S96 is about to lose. So but just before I do that, I just wanted to show you what I've been up to in the meantime. So Adam has started to encroach on my claim sectors now that we don't have a non-aggression pact and stuff anymore. But I've been really busy up in Govenlas, there we go, building loads of Arborian queens, and these heralds of oblivion, the trackers, and also to Pteranodons. So I've got loads of heavy units. So the plan is that I'm currently all the way down here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to beat S96, and then I'm going to go across the sea here where I've already created some forward bases to move more quickly. And then I'm going to pick up all my units in Govenlas, and then I'm going to pick up some more units in Lovanduil here, as I have some Arborian queens I think that I can upgrade. In fact, I can probably mod those as well. Let me see. Yeah, let's put a rampage mod on that one. I'll wait till I've got 243 Cosmite, and then I will do it on all of them. And then we'll go up to this teleport here, which will then take us across to here. And then I just need to zoom around these mountains right here to, I can't even see the name of it because that unit's in the way, Autumnville. And then hopefully then by that point, Adam will have got all his armies there and I can have a nice big end battle. In the meantime, I did do research taps on both Adam and S96. So all of my skill trees are pretty much almost completed now. And then I'll be able to take off research, put everything into energy. Although you'll see that because I wasn't building too many units ahead of time, I just built these heavy units and not lots of small units. I have loads and loads of energy. So all that's left for me to do down in this part of the map is just to bring this to an end. And I'm going to auto combat that. As a literally, I'm not going to lose any units. I doubt, maybe even perhaps one. There we go. So I didn't even lose a single unit. And that's that done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the things I just described so we can just skip forwards right to our final battle. Well, it took a fair few turns, but I'm there now. I'm at turn 121 and I'm on the border with Adam. I'm at the north of the map here. And as you can see, I have 3 armies set up here, ready to go into as far as the Lady. And I have 4 armies down here, ready to head south into Morn. And then ideally do a pincer movement on the capital, which I can't even read, which I think was Autumnville. So that's all looking great, but I've just spotted that the Adam himself, where the heck, there's he, he's all the way down here. He's like hiding away down here for some reason. So I think that's him. Is that Adam? No, that's Frankie. So I'm not quite sure where Adam's hiding out. But obviously I need to find him to be able to finish. I mean, this is Jennifer. And then up here we've got, I can't even see unfortunately. But I'm hoping that Adam's going to be somewhere close by so that I can defeat him, because otherwise I'm going to run out of turns. So anyway, so let me at least declare war on Adam. So let's get that done. There we go. So declare war. Yes, go ahead. I have loads of Arborian queens and trackers in my armies now. So I am ready to go forwards and attack, and we'll get some manual combat done if nothing else. So this should be an interesting fight, especially if we get the pincer movement right. And then hopefully Adam will show his face and we can deal with that. In terms of the skill trees, as you can see, I've got everything completed for the society tree. and I think I have everything completed. Oh, I'm almost done now with the military tree as well. So we're kind of a done deal there, and I have loads of energy, so it's now just time to fight. Okay, we're at turn 126. I've had pizza, I've had a couple of cups of coffee, I had to take a little break. But we're now at a point where it's the clincher, I think. So I'm at Ottenville now. Adam isn't here at the moment. If I just zoom out, I can't see Adam anywhere. Right here, you've got Jennifer Zoo as one of the heroes. Then you've got another hero here, which is Mora. And then none of the others I can see feature Adam. There's another 2 heroes here, but this one is Elijah. And this chap here is Frankie. So I have no idea where Adam's gone. I can't see him anywhere on my map. And I'm about to attack the capital. So we're going to figure out what's going on a little bit later, I think. But let's get this attack done. So the issue that I've got is, if you can see, there's only kind of 2 entry points into the colony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the one that's got the number 2. So the one with 2 units. And so if I bring this 6 unit down into this gap here, and then bring this 5 unit round here, and then hopefully I can get my other unit round to this side, and then at least I got 3 armies attacking on 2, which is a much more favorable situation than if I just go straight into here, and then I only get potentially 2 armies, maybe 3 at the most, attacking all of their armies. So let me plop these into place. So let me see which ones I've got very quickly. So yeah, that's a pretty powerful army. So let's get that one into there, and then we'll get this one tucked into here, and then we can then come in from this side and attack. There we go. So you can see my attacker power now is substantial, 8,849 versus defender power of 3,162. So we think we stand a pretty good chance here, but at least we get to use the big units. That's the most important thing. So let me put this on fast forward just for this little bit, because there's so many units involved in moving here that it's best just to speed it up a little bit. So as you can see, they're just all moving forwards at the moment. Now I'm not in too much of a rush to rush forwards. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to bring my bombardon in a little bit, and let me see, with the queen, if I can just select her, there we go. I have my hyperpollination, which affects a 4 hex area, and as you can see, it's all friendly units are healed 35, but I get hyper focused, which increases my accuracy. So we're going to do that. And again, we've got all those hyper-focused. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this Arborean Queen as far forward as I can. And if I can then try and get both of these moved. Oh, I'm moving my Huntresses. That wasn't the plan. I was going to move my Sentinels. I'm going to try and get my Sentinels in closer as well. There we go. Let's just double click on that. Just speed them up a little bit. Let's get them all over here. There we go. You come around here, and we'll get those. We'll get them to scan the tanks, preferably out of range. Right. So let's see, how far do I need to be to get into range? No, I can't. Can I get into range with my scan? Okay, I'm going to try and move them. I'm going to move them to just here for now then. But ideally I want to scan these tanks, as they're going to cause me the biggest issue. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do the hyperpollination on these units here. There we go. Then I have another Arborean Queen over on this side. So we can move her to the front here. And we'll move my T-Rexes in as well. There we go. And over the top, and use the hyperpollination again. There we go. Then these guys, I thought I had a unit. Yeah, it gives me That's invigorating stridulation. So basically I get much more movement. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move him. Let me just move him into here. There we go. And do that as well. So we're trying to get all our bonuses going as quickly as possible. So my Arborean Queens, I can do a manipulate shield. Now how far there we go. So I'm going to shield that one, and then I'm going to use this one to shield that one. Okay, and I think those are all the Arborean Queens that I have. Sorry, Sentinels. All right. Okay, so now I'm in a position. Let's take you off Overwatch, off defense for a minute, and let's have a look at what we can do. Now we're going to stay in defense mode, and we're just going to hold our ground. Oh, actually, let's move you back. And let's get a war cry from you as well. That's good. And these have all moved. Right, let's move our bombardons forwards a little bit, as we're going to be using those heavily later on. These guys can stay at the back because they have a good range even with their dark fine. So we'll just, well, we might as well just move them in anyway. There we go, that's one. Can I reach a dark vine? No, they don't have the range at the moment. We're going to get this big chap. I'm going to get him to the front. And we can use... yeah, we can use some of these abilities on the next turn. So we're just going to shuffle everybody forwards. My hero over here has got a war cry. So... there's my ability. Yes, I've got a war cry on this hero. So let's do that. These ones. There we go. And then this hero can lead back to this group. And let's see, can I... right, so I'm going to wait another turn for now. And just do the war cry on the next turn. My plant, I'm just going to leave it to sit tight. There we go. And what have I got there? Right, okay, we're going to get that one in defense mode as well. Get these guys in defense. Okay, those guys, okay, he's got an Overwatch. We'll put him on Overwatch for now. And let's move down to our other units and see what we can do here. Okay, so we've got some units up here already that are ready to attack. So let's start taking these on straight away. Okay, we should be able to do take them out in one go.
Enemy destroyed.
Okay, and then we'll just move them forwards one. Put them into defense mode, and we'll get everyone into defense mode. And do we get our scan? No, we're going to do that as well. Defense mode, and end turn. Right, that's everybody done. So let me slow that down a little bit. There we go, so I can see where everything is going. Right, so I've got two heroes there that are together, so I'm going to have to try and deal with that. Now I can use the Arborean Queens to do something called Entangling Growth, and I might be able to pin them down with that. All these heavy units are a bit of a concern, but we shall see how it pans out. I need to get these tanks and heavy walkers and stuff dealt with as quickly as possible, really, because they can do a lot of damage to me. They can do damage over multiple hexes. A lot of units to move, but I'd rather not do it at full speed, just so I can see what's going on and I don't miss something important. I'm not in a hurry to rush forwards either because of obviously of the defensive turrets. Right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tactical operation. The tactical operation I'm going to use is Acid Rain. Now it uses 8 of my points, so half of my points, but it basically removes armor every turn and deals 5 damage. And it lasts for 5 turns. So we are definitely going to use that, and that affects all of the enemy units. So that's going to come in really useful for the next 5 turns. So now what we want to do is we want to focus. Let me see. Can I get my Arborean Queen to do? I think it's a Root Quake. So can I reach? Yeah, I can reach those with the Root Quake. So excellent. Right. So that's that. Now we're going to focus all our fire on this tank. I got a critical hit, so that's off to a good start. Then my Pteranodon with my hero should be able to do loads of damage. There we go. Yeah, that's why you want the advanced piloting for the Amazons, is to get a Pteranodon, because that's pretty effective. Right, so let me see who I've got left. Right, so my plant, I can get a toxic, so I'm going to move forwards with my plant. And I'm going to try and get some toxic on these, some noxious pollen. I can reach one of the heroes, that will have to do. There we go, so we've got some poison in there as well. We're going to run this chap forwards. And we are going to do a melee attack. Alright, good. And then I've got this one Pteranodon left, and he should be able to attack. Oh, I've got problem with you've got all your units together. There we go, that's what I can see now. Yeah, we're just going to move forwards, and we're actually, can we do a laser cannons? Yeah, let's just remove units from the grid as quickly as possible.
Enemy annihilated.
Right, so that's that done. Now we can focus on this area here. So once again, the laser cannon would be very useful. Now I've got to make sure I select the right unit. So we're going to move forwards, and we are going to use our crushing entanglement. Then we're going to use our bombardon. I'm going to move him forwards as well. And we're going to go for the tank. Next up, can I reach with my salvo? Yes. So, okay, I should really have done that with my other bombardment straight off, but for now that's okay. Now we're going to move. Oh, then we can get the Mind Flay in there. That's good. Right, that's one heavy unit down. Now, can we use Dark Vine and fill this guy with despair? Alright, now my big heavy unit. Get a glimpse of the abyss. Now, what we're going to do is target cannot be affected. Okay, I'm going to just move him forwards at this stage, I think. And do I want to move him forwards? Yeah, I'm going to move him forwards just a little bit, and I'll decide what I'm going to do with him a little bit later, as I'm not really getting much damage with. You know what? Let's go for it. Might as well just. I'd rather not waste the turn on not doing anything with that unit. So let's get my plant into play. I'm going to get some noxious pollen in there. And we don't have enough reach with the noxious pollen. So we will just do the spray and remove the armor. Now, let's use our heroes. So, have I got the range with set of range with the Bioblaster? So if I move to, let's move to here. And let's go into the Bioblaster. So 58%, but I've got a critical hit, so that will do. And I've got my other hero. And I can use No, that's that's not going to work very well at that range. I can do another war cry actually. So we might as well make use of the war cry. And then I'm going to bring these guys forwards. So I'm just focusing on this bike at the front at the moment. And all my other units will be able to tank pretty well. I'm going to bring the Arborean Queen around. And yeah, we can at least get that shot done as well.
Enemy eliminated.
And then my Huntresses, they have got pretty good range, so we're going to keep them at the back. Keep them in defense. We're going to move the Sentinel, right, we need to get rid of these guys, so let's do that straight away. And move just one so we get full number of shots.
Enemy
I didn't pay attention to these guys, so they were going to end up flanking us, so that would have not been ideal. Okay, now my Biomancers, I'm going to get them to scan. Let's see, are we still out of range for our scans? Okay, we're going to scan these guys then, because I'm going to need to get rid of them. And I've got a feeling I might lose a unit because I didn't spot those. Alright, I think that's everybody. So let's end the turn and see how Adam's armies react. Okay, so my non-Amazon units are kind of taking most of the damage at the moment. The moment I can get rid of these heavy units early, then we should be fine. Yeah, I'm going to lose the Sentinel. Down. I wasn't paying attention, that's why. Okay, all the repairs are going on. Okay, that unit is Stalker, I think he's called. It's not going to do too well. There you go. So that was my acid rain landing there. What I'm going to do is I am going to drop a pylon, a nourishing field pylon, and I'm going to pop it right here. And that's going to protect these units and regen these units. And now I'm just going to lay down fire. Can I use my roar? What's the range on my roar? My range isn't really enough, so I'm just going to focus on just taking units out instead.
Enemy destroyed.
Okay, this unit here. Do a combat jump, take it out.
Enemy down.
I don't mind losing that unit, that's fine. I'm going to bring this one round. And we are going to go... I'm going to go for this unit first. So we're going to focus our fire there. So move one that way. There we go. Air units always seem to work really well against other air units. Right, so our Arborean Queen. Let's move her forwards. And we are going to just fire. So let's go.
Enemy eliminated.
Down, and then I've got one thing left to move, which is my plant. So what can I reach with my plant? I only got a 10% chance, but there we go, 60% chance. I'd rather go for that hero instead. Okay, resist the poison, but we still did some good damage. Alright, now, this chap here has not got long to live. So, we are going to see if we can use this ability. No, it's not going to... Because we got mechanical units, that's not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to YOLO it in and accept that it's going to die at some point. Right. Oh, at least it took one unit out, so that's something. Right, we need to deal with these guys straight away. So use the flank first. And I'm going to check this guy, see if he's got any armor left. So he's got 1 armor. So what I will do is I will use my huntresses to shoot first, except he's out of range. There we go, let's move into range. And we'll hopefully strip off some armor. Okay, and then my second sentinel, my other sentinel is down. So we will use the bioblasters and that should do it. If we don't miss. There we go. Right, so that's the flank taken care of. And now we can focus on all our heavy units in the middle here. So we want to try and apply as much damage as possible. Now, has my plant used its noxious pollen yet? It hasn't. So move forwards. And I just don't quite have the range. And I don't really want to waste that. So I will just use a straight shot instead. And I've got a 95% chance, I'll take that one. And then we'll move our Arborean Queen forwards. Oh, move the Bombardant. We'll use the Bombardant then. And
enemy
perfect.
annihilated.
So that's taken care of that. Now I can move my Queen forwards. And we are going to attack this heavy unit. And then move the other Queen forwards. And same again. And my huntresses, I'm not going to be able to reach. This Bombardant is unable to reach as well. We can get him in place though, and use him for the time being to attack something else. So what? Okay, yeah, we can take out these guys up here.
Enemy destroyed.
So it's most of the aerial units down. Then my hero can come forwards. And I'm not going to bother with the sleep. I'd rather just put an overwatch on. And then I have the ability to come round this side. Flamethrower doesn't have enough range. A grenade doesn't have enough range. But at least I can use the dark fire. There we go. Which means I can probably also use the dark flying on this one. Siren, of course. Forgot about my siren. Okay, so Mind Flame, that should do it.
Enemy killed.
Excellent. Right, so that's most of the heavy units down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with these guys, and they can go and head east and help out in that general direction. So let's move them over there. And I believe that is everything. I've just got my huntresses to move. So I'm going to put them around here. There we go. And we'll just go into defensive mode. And that is now everybody. Right, so we end the turn. And we're looking pretty strong now. I think we're over the worst of it. So we've lost 2 units so far, so not too bad. I'm going to lose this guy as well, I think. He's been a hero just leaping into the fray. I may want to take out these turrets now, because I should be able to do it quite easily with my heavy units. These guys with the shotguns, the engineers, they just don't have the range, so which is handy for me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this guy back and get him into the regen area if we can. Can I move him? Yeah. There we go. So we'll get a regen next turn. Hopefully that will remove some of those status effects. So let's deal with these heroes. Let's get these guys gone.
Enemy hero down.
That's one down. And then can we reach Jennifer's zoo? Here we go.
Enemy hero down.
It's 2 heroes down. I haven't even used my tactical operations yet. So what we may do, let's have a look. Yeah, let's just use a nice easy one like a biochemical maceration or corrosive detonator, even better. There we go. And we'll just put it over some of these towers. So let's use this tower, take that tower down a fair chunk. All right. Now back to where I was, which was dealing with stuff on this side. So we've just got these engineers left. And they're not going to handle that amount of damage. And then my flower, my flower can just sit tight, I think. You don't have to do anything this turn. There we go, just plant roots. Alright, let's go back to here. So we have these engineers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and flank them. Okay, I mean most of these units now, I doubt they've got any armor left whatsoever. No, they're completely stripped of armor now. So they're going to really struggle to survive. And then I'm going to move around again. And I'm going to use just a smaller unit, I think. So we'll get the siren. Let's take these guys out. There we go.
Enemy eliminated.
And we've still got a big bomb on this one. So we can do that in one shot. Yep, that did the job. So that's that taken care of. And now we can move our Arborean Queen forwards. And start taking out some of these units.
Enemy annihilated.
Right, my other Bombardon should be able to take out the other, or almost, can almost take it out in one shot. So can my hero get in there? Oh, there's a unit hiding behind there. Okay, that was sneaky. Oh, we'll get take care of that, hopefully.
Enemy destroyed.
Yep. Then these units can take out the other tower.
Enemy eliminated.
And we are almost there. So now my plant can go forwards. And can I reach? Yep. Oh, I've got a queen. But unfortunately I've blocked the passageway with my flower. So I'll just move forward for one turn. And nothing's in range. So we will just go into defense mode. And these guys, they can just start rushing forwards. Can get a dark vine. Yeah, we can get a dark vine. Get that guy entangled. And who's left to move? Okay, my Harrier. So my Harrier can move up to here. And I haven't even used my laser bombardment yet, so I'm just popping Overwatch on. And I've got a sentinel left over here to move. So we will go and just come round. We're kind of pretty much on the closing stages now, so I think it's pretty much safe to say it's a done deal. I'll put an Overwatch on just for the hell of it. And does anything need healing? No, all my units are looking absolutely fine, so we'll just move our biomancers forwards a bit. And pop them into defense mode, same with these huntresses. And we will end the turn. Oh, I tried to save it. Oh no, it's still alive. It's still alive. It was just in range of that turret, which was an issue. Right, so let me move this creature back so it doesn't get attacked again. And we'll leave that tower for now because really we just want to take out these units and then we will be there. So let's move the flower forwards as far as we can go. Just get it out of the way. I'm going to poison over there. Now I can bring my Arborean Queen forwards. And we're going to take these guys out with the flank.
Enemy eliminated.
And this Arborean can move forwards one space.
Enemy eliminated.
And then my Huntresses can just about reach those guys.
Enemy annihilated.
And then these ones I'm not going to be able to reach, so we'll just move them forwards. So now we just need to take care of this one unit here, which I should be able to do with my Harrier. So let's move my Harrier forwards. And use the bombardment, that should be fine.
Enemy killed.
I was about to say, I had no idea how he survived that. Right, there we go. So I lost 2 units in total, so that wasn't too bad. The main thing was, as you saw, the acid rain was the key thing. So I have now basically dealt with the city. So if I move on to the... I've got something that hasn't run out of move points. Let me see if I can move something onto... Come on. Someone's got to be able to move on now. Right, so there we go. So we got our next battle now, which is now against these guys. So, you know what? What we're going to do is we're just going to auto combat this because once again, we're just so far ahead that we're kind of in a really strong position now. And I just want, there we go. So I can now raise the colony. And I can upgrade my heroes, but it's a little bit late in the day now. So we're not going to worry about that for now. And we're just going to end a few turns. But I think if Adam doesn't show, then I believe I've won at this stage again. So that would have been complete and absolute domination. So we're going to just quickly do 3 turns and see what happens. And I'll see if I can spot Adam anywhere on this map. But we'll know if not in 3 turns. So that was 1. Oh, high risk battle, that's fine. Okay, that wasn't actually Adam as a hero. Fine, you could do that as well. And then we're going to do 1 more turn, and then that should be it. So let me go back to my... Where's the colony that I just acquired? Let me just pick up those things from the arsenal. And then we are... And if it doesn't win on this turn, then I will have to try and find Adam, I believe. As this is now the 3rd turn.
A victor stands proud.
And there we go. So, apparently, by the looks of it, Adam found himself a spaceship and got off the planet because he vanished and just left everybody to die. But the main thing is, we got it done. You managed to see a little bit of manual combat at the end. It was a bit one-sided, I have to say. At least you can see kind of how effective the heavy units are, especially if they're all fully modded. So, different ending. Hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like. You can also dislike as well. That's fine. And as you know, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. That's all for now. That's all for the Amazons. Probably the Vanguard next, I think. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.